the Jew, the farmer, would give thanks to God for his bountiful blessings. And the verse says, "Ve'anisa ve'amarta." And the Torah introduces the proclamation, the declaration of the farmer saying thank you to Hashem in the most beautiful, elaborate way. It says, "Ve'anisa," you shall respond or say, "Ve'amarta," and say. It seems to be repetitive. So Rashi answers the question and says that the word "Ve'anisa" before "Ve'amarta," and you shall say, means b'kol ram, with a loud voice. That the farmer shouldn't just say it, but he should say it with a loud voice. And the question is, what does that mean to say it with a loud voice? You should yell it, you should scream it. Another way to understand saying thank you with a loud voice is saying it with conviction, saying it with heartfelt feeling, or even saying it in a dominant way. What does that mean to say? There are many voices in our lives, voices of doubt, voices of fear, voices of concern. But there's also the voice of saying thank you. And what the verse is teaching us is that that voice should be the most pervasive, the most consistent, the most dominant voice in our lives. That our thank yous to Hashem, our appreciation and gratitude, should be the overwhelming voice of our lives. That should be the strongest voice of our lives. Rabbi Rice, during the talk on Shabbos, spoke about the fact that when you talk to people and you say, "How are things going?" you get different answers. Some people say, as he jokingly said, "Not too bad." Or, I mean, not too bad, you know, "How you doing?" "Not too bad." Or, "Okay, fine, so, you know," as opposed to a Jew who says, "Baruch Hashem, thank God, everything is good." You thank God for the good constantly. So the Parsha is teaching us that that should be the loudest and the strongest voice in our lives. You know, there's a song that became very popular over the last year and a half in the religious community. There's a singer, his name is Joey Newcomb. And he wrote a song years ago. There's 3 words to the song, very easy song, and they're English. "Thank you, Hashem." And the song goes over and I did it, ay, thank you, Hashem. I did it, ay, thank you, Hashem. I did it, ay, thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. This song became the national anthem of the religious community over the 2 years. Why? Because every time someone had COVID and they went to the hospital, when they came home, and you've seen this picture in religious communities, especially many times, the ambulance pulls up, Hatzalah, and they wheel someone out of the back of an ambulance, somebody who was maybe on a ventilator or very sick, and they're coming home to their family. The whole community would come out to the street with masks and start singing and welcome him home with that song, "Thank you, Hashem." And sometimes musicians would come out with their instruments, and it was like a live street band and fear. And you could see this on YouTube. It happened hundreds of times in communities for people who came home. And somehow, someone did it once and it caught on. And every time someone came home from the hospital, this became the song. And Joey Newcomb in an interview said, "I wrote this song 5-6 years ago. It didn't catch on. But it's ironic that during COVID, the hardest time of our lives, that's when it became the most popular song." And the lesson is, yeah, there's always hardships, there's always struggles, there's always challenges in life. And there's no shortage of them today as we speak. But louder than all of those fears and concerns and anxieties has to be the most dominant and powerful voice of all, which is, "Thank you, Hashem."